From WTOK-TV, this is News Center 11.
Alabama's congressional delegations reacting to the decision to close driver's license offices, what they're saying. Plus, thousands of people and businesses in Meridian affected by a boil water notice, what city officials are saying about why it happened. And here's a live look at the story making headlines around the world tonight. The latest on the collapse of a restaurant parking lot over the weekend.
Live at 5 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Wade Phillips. Mayor Percy Bland has declared a state of emergency in the collapse of the parking lot at the new IHOP restaurant so city crews can get in and start doing necessary work to fix the problem. And today, crews removed one of the first cars, one of the cars that had been teetering on the edge of that lot since Saturday night. Yep, it was not without trouble. It dropped in the pit before they could finally get it out, but they did get it out just a few minutes later. We still don't know what caused that collapse to happen Saturday night at 7:15, taking more than a dozen cars with it. But city officials have been working today to try to figure out what happened. Aaron Morrison has our top story this evening. He is live tonight at the scene of the collapse on Frontage Road. Aaron, what can you tell us?
Now, Wade, as you can see behind me, still more than a dozen vehicles trapped inside the collapsed culvert that occurred Saturday evening, and city officials are working diligently with engineers to figure out exactly what caused this breach. Now, I spoke to Meridian Mayor Percy Bland today, and he said the city is putting all its resources into working to resolve this issue, and that's why the state of emergency was issued. Now, we have received no new details on this incident that has caught everyone's attention other than the state of emergency being issued, and that once engineers assess the damage, they'll be able to provide some sort of timeline into extraction of vehicles and repairs.
The state of emergency gave us the ability to move forward with starting the process of getting vehicles out, and also starting the process of having our engineers come in and assess the damage and to tell us exactly what happened here and how this breach occurred.
Now, Mayor Bland says he expects all of that to be resolved by Wednesday at the earliest, where they can then begin extraction of the vehicles that are actually situated inside of the collapsed parking lot. For now, city officials are still working to ensure the safety of the citizens. Now, police officers have been out here all day trying to redirect traffic as passerbys continue to slow down and obstruct the view or obstruct traffic, and they're trying to steady that flow of traffic as to not cause any problems here and continue to watch out for the safety of citizens. Wade?
All right, thanks a lot, Aaron Morrison, reporting live tonight from Frontage Road. Now, again, this all happened about 7:15 Saturday night. At least 14 cars are still stuck in that hole right now, and at this moment, we still don't know how or when the car owners will be able to get their cars back, fixed, or replaced. When News Center 11's learned this is not the first time for a drainage pipe in that area to cause problems. The pipe, which collapsed, was installed at the site in 2001. It replaced a much smaller pipe that had been installed almost 50 years before that. For 30 years, Billy Jack Etheridge family owned a car lot that was located where the collapse occurred. During that time, he says his business flooded once in 1998. That occurred before the current larger culvert was installed.
This pipe was large enough that you could have driven an 18-wheeler through it. The one thing that we were told, there had never been a pipe that size installed in the state of Mississippi. So engineering-wise, I think they were stepping out into a new area.
City officials say the pipe that collapsed was 18 feet tall, 27 feet wide, and it sat in a trench that was 320 feet long. Again, it was installed in 2001. Now, the owner of the IHOP says he hopes to have it back open very soon. Abdullah told us today that he plans to begin work on the foundation Wednesday. He says he hopes to have the restaurant back open as soon as possible. Also says he's received offers of help from many in the business community. And restaurants in the Bonita area are now back open after they lost their water Saturday night due to the parking lot collapse. The restaurants had to close early Saturday, stayed closed most of yesterday because they didn't have any water. Mayor Bland says water was restored about 6 o'clock last night. Now, if you're on social media or watch the national news, you've probably also seen how big this story has become nationally and internationally. For the third straight day, Meridian, Mississippi is a trending topic on Facebook. Our stories at the WTOK Facebook page have gotten thousands of shares. Story's been on stations across the state and nation, even internationally. I did an interview with BBC Radio in England earlier today. Well, close to half of Meridian is still under a boil water notice from an incident that is unrelated to the collapse at IHOP. City officials say an 18-inch line break near the hospitals is what led them to issue the notice. Everyone south of 20th Street is asked to boil their water vigorously for 1 minute before drinking any. News Center 11's Candace Barnett says with such a widespread notice in effect, it's a major inconvenience.
The boil water notice is affecting dozens of businesses across Meridian. Now, many restaurant owners I spoke to say they hadn't even heard about the notice, but here at Anderson's Hospital, they say they have heard about the notice and they have emergency plans in place.
Now, City Council President Randy Hammond says they hope to have the line fixed within the next 2 to 3 days. More charges are being filed against a man accused of committing multiple burglaries in Kemper and Lauderdale counties. Andy White's now being charged with a total of 4 burglaries in Kemper. Over the weekend, he was charged with 2 additional crimes that dated back to February. White's also facing 2 attempted burglary charges and a home invasion charge there, along with 3 burglaries that deputies say he will be charged with in Lauderdale County.
Now, News Center 11 weather with Chief Meteorologist Brian Hutton Jr.
It has been a cloudy Monday for us across the area, and the clouds have kept temperatures down as we've worked through the day today as we've struggled to warm up. The clouds will stay with us overnight and into early tomorrow morning before we finally break them up and see sunshine returning. For now, though, with the clouds in place, everybody's between about 54 and 59 degrees. The temperatures will hold fairly steady through the evening hours, but sunshine is returning, and then another cold blast for the weekend. Those details are in just a few minutes. Wade?
Thanks, Ron. News around Mississippi now. The state is pushing back against new environmental regulations by the Obama administration. The Mississippi Department of Environmental Qualities filed a petition to stay the challenge of the EPA's Clean Power Plan. That plan forces states to develop plans to reduce carbon dioxide regulations by 2030. Governor Phil Bryant says it would hurt ratepayers in Mississippi. The state is among 24 states that are challenging that plan. Now to news around Alabama. This is video from an arrest in Tuscaloosa Saturday night. You can see officers using a stun gun and a baton during that arrest. Officers at the door apparently argued for several minutes with the occupants who refused to exit. They then stormed the apartment and drug out 2 men and a screaming woman. They were all arrested, but their names and charges have not yet been released. Tuscaloosa police say they are investigating that arrest. Although Governor Robert Bentley partially reversed the decision to close 31 government offices that issue driver's licenses and photo IDs, politicians in Washington are still expressing their opposition to those closures. News Center 11's Washington Bureau Peter Zampa spoke with 2 members of the state's congressional delegation about the issue.
Congressman Butterfield and Congresswoman Sewell say it is appalling that a state requiring a valid ID to vote would shut down DMV offices in particularly vulnerable communities. Butterfield, the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, says closing these offices in predominantly African-American areas is a Republican effort to disenfranchise minority voters.
It is reprehensible that many southern states now are enacting laws that are going to be discriminatory and going to result in less participation in our democracy.
Congresswoman Sewell represents 14 counties, and 8 of those counties saw ID office closures. She called on Attorney General Loretta Lynch to investigate the impact this decision will have on voting.
We no longer have the Jim Crow laws of the 1960s. We don't have to count how many marbles are in a jar in order to register to vote. But I think that having laws such as photo ID laws, which make it harder for people to vote, is not the way to go.
The state of Alabama says the closures are strictly for budgetary reasons, and they even partially rolled back the rule by opening up offices 1 day a month. But Butterfield isn't buying it.
They know quite well that it is just inconceivable that a legislature would require a driver's license as a means of identification, but yet close all of these driver's license offices in counties that are majority African American.
I don't believe that they should be able to balance the budget on the backs of the most vulnerable in our communities.
In Washington, Peter Zampa, News Center 11.
The licensure offices in both Butler and Livingston are among those that have been announced for that partial closure. Well, a surprising jump for gas prices in Mississippi, what experts say they expect the rest of the year. That's coming up on Live at 5. But next, Veterans Day is this week, how local schools celebrated today.
Temperatures warm up as we head to Veterans Day before our next cold front arrives. Your forecast is next.
This News Center 11 live stream news is brought to you by Bullock Toyota in downtown Louisville.
At Bullock Toyota, we know that buying a vehicle is one of the biggest decisions you will make in your lifetime. That's why we want to make it easy and exciting for you throughout the whole buying process.
With our sales and service team, our Bullock Auto Group app, our free pickup and delivery, our lifetime powertrain warranty, and our free lifetime oil change, you'll be glad you chose us because we love our customers like friends and family. From my generation
to my generation, we strive to amaze you.
Come see us at Bullock Toyota in downtown Louisville.
You're watching Live at 5 with Wade Phillips.
Veterans Day is 2 days away, but some local students honored the ones who served today. Now, honoring those who served and are currently serving, a local school gave thanks to vets and their families for the sacrifices they've made to keep our country free. Tonight, News Center 11's Nick Gunner takes us to Northeast Middle School for their Veterans Day program.
Northeast Lauderdale Middle School held their first annual Veterans Day program, welcoming and thanking those from every branch of the military who have served or are currently serving to keep our country free.
We're not just about reading, writing, and arithmetic. We're also about teaching our children to be good citizens. And part of that is, remembering those, honoring those who have served our nation, served our country, and have sacrificed for us.
The entire school worked together to prepare for the program, and for students, getting to meet real heroes and listening to their stories is more than what you can receive from a textbook.
It's a good thing that we could all get together and know each other and learn from each other, and, learn new things that we didn't always know. So it's something good that we could at least get together and learn something new.
Remembering those and honoring those who have served or currently serving is an important lesson in understanding the sacrifices that were made to gain the freedom we have today.
It's humbling when you recognize a veteran, and I think sometimes we probably lost a little bit of that in our country, and it's good to remember what they do and to humble ourselves and thank a veteran.
With veterans from World War II, the Korea, Vietnam, and Gulf Wars in attendance, students from Northeast Middle want all the veterans to know that they are appreciated.
We want to thank all the veterans because they helped so much. They helped us be here now. They helped all our freedoms and the things we can do now. And so we'd just like to thank them.
In Lauderdale County, Nick Gunter, News Center 11.
Now, Southeast Lauderdale High School will hold its annual Veterans Day celebration tomorrow at 9:30. They're inviting all veterans and the public to come out and be a part of that. All right, let's turn out to Brian now with a look at our forecast. Cool day out there today.
Yeah, cool one and a cloudy one for us. We're going to get rid of the clouds, though, tomorrow and see some sunshine before clouds return as we head through the back part of Veterans Day and for the start of our Thursday. Cloudy picture, Meridian, Livingston, Decatur, and Tuscaloosa on our Alpha Insurance Skycam network. The thick deck of clouds has been in place throughout the day today, and that kept us on the cool side as we only climbed officially to 58 started off at 53, so a 5-degree temperature swing, the best we could do today. And no rain for us today. We are now almost 2 inches positive for the month and year, and only a small rainfall amount as we head through our next cold front, which will be Thursday morning. So not looking to add any least large amounts of rain anytime soon, which we really don't need it. At this point, 57 degrees currently, Meridian Regional Airport, dew points at 51. These will drop off slowly through the evening hours. We'll see some patchy fog develop through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. 57 as well, Naval Air Station Meridian. Winds are north at 8 miles per hour, and temperatures again will hold fairly steady through the evening hours, holding in the low 50s through 6, 8, and 10 o'clock this evening. So if you are heading out, you may want to grab the jacket, as it is a chilly one out there, and it's going to be a cool one again tomorrow morning as well. Southern Pine Electric Power Radar scanning the skies, a clear scan from all 4 area radars. Really no rain out there. There was some areas of drizzle a little earlier this morning. That, though, has since exited as our area of low pressure that brought the rain this weekend has exited as well. Cloud deck, though, thick over top of everybody through the Magnolia State and the Dixie State as well. There were some breaks, though, as you head towards the Mississippi Delta. That allowed temperatures to warm up today, and that's where the back edge of the clearing line is. That won't rotate through, though, until tomorrow morning, where we'll actually start to see sunshine pass through late tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon. Where the sun did break today, low 60s in Greenville, currently at 62, 59 degrees in Tunica. Everybody else sitting on the cloud deck, sitting in the middle to upper 50s area-wide. And compared to this time yesterday, a little cooler underneath the cloud deck as well. The temperatures really haven't moved much over about the last 36 hours or so. Dew points holding mostly around 50 degrees, which is towards where we are going to bottom out tonight. The northerly winds will bring in, though, some slightly drier air to allow us to drop down to the 40s. So tomorrow morning as we head through the day, again, lots of sunshine through the afternoon hours as high pressure builds in. You'll be with us for the first part of our Wednesday as well. As we head into Thursday afternoon, though, Wednesday afternoon, clouds will start increasing ahead of our cold front. That actually arrives overnight Thursday at 3 o'clock. The cold front will be pushing through. Not expecting thunderstorms for this. This is just a quick rain shower, and really just one kind of small band of rain. That will be it. Front exits by the time we wake up Thursday morning, and skies will clear through the day. The cold air won't arrive until Friday, and it's going to feel very chilly as we head through the weekend. Tonight down to 47, chilly one for us, and some areas of patchy fog. For your Tuesday, 72, morning clouds and afternoon sunshine. A lot warmer than where we have been for really the last couple of days or so. Veterans Day, fantastic at 75. Again, early morning showers Thursday. That should be out of here, though, by sunrise at 70. Then there's the temperature drop-off, 65 Friday, 59 on Saturday. Back to the 60s Sunday and Monday as clouds start returning ahead of our next system. A chilly start Saturday as well. Lows in the 30s.
Wow. All right. Well, have we hit the 30s yet?
Once.
Okay. Well, we'll be there again, I'm sure.
Yes.
Very soon. All right. Thanks a lot, Ron.
All right.
Well, gas prices went up in Mississippi last week, but experts say it's only a temporary blip. The average price of a gallon of gas in the state jumped about 8.5 cents over the last week. Prices are still 3 cents lower than they were this time last month, and they're 72 cents lower than they were a year ago. Experts say we should expect to see prices be lower just in time for the holidays. Prices still below $2 in Mississippi and Alabama, $1.98 in Mississippi, $1.96 in Alabama. The national average right now is $2.21. How another local school celebrated Veterans Day today. That's coming up on Live at 5. But next in Health Watch, how some are using boxing to stay fit. New trend among women. Stay tuned.
Putting customers first at Meridian Regional Airport.
Whatever it takes, you know, you just want your passengers happy.
We say good morning, we tell them have a good flight, we hope. It's little things like that that they really appreciate. And some people say that's the reason why they come back, just for our hospitality.
When you give these passengers little things, that frown turns into a very big smile. And I love it. You know, I love it.
Meridian Regional Airport. Fly Meridian, fly home.
Now to tonight's Health Watch. An old sport is getting new interest as more women start picking up the boxing gloves and stepping into the ring. Tonight, Kelly Bowman explains the mental and physical benefits of boxing.
Boxing has really changed my life in a way.
And she's not alone. More and more women are putting on the gloves and getting their workouts through boxing. They're discovering what boxers have known all along, that the sport is a great way to condition your entire body.
You work
the whole body. They just don't work certain parts, just your basic moving from punching and stuff like that. So you're working from the toes on up. So you get a good sweat, get your heart rate pumping.
A boxing workout typically burns at least 350 calories an hour, depending on your weight and the intensity level. It's also a great way to get stronger, as the repetitive movement builds up arm, leg, and core muscles. And an added benefit, hitting the bag is a great way to deflate your stress.
You know, a lot of people throughout life, you got like problems going on, personal problems, and you know, stress or whatever case may be, you put them gloves on, you start punching the bag, that helps.
So if you're looking for something new out there to get you moving, try putting on the gloves and hitting like a girl. For Health Minute, I'm Kelly Bowman.
Meridian Community College saluted the nation's veterans today. On this special occasion, MCC also announced a new educational scholarship in the name of the late Congressman Sonny Montgomery, who was a champion for vets. The college invited the commander of NAS Meridian to be the featured speaker.
The veterans of the United States have served our country gallantly, and this is our moment to pause as a campus community and honor them for the privileges that we take for granted often, but we certainly want to pause today and say we acknowledge their sacrifice.
The theme of MCC's annual observance was honoring those who serve in times of war, in times of peace. Well, a special way you can get some unique Christmas gifts. That's next on Live at 5. Coming up in sports, a hot streak for Mississippi State, what that means for the SEC championship.
This News Center 11 live stream news is brought to you by Bullock Toyota in downtown Louisville.
At Bullock Toyota, we know that buying a vehicle is one of the biggest decisions you will make in your lifetime. That's why we want to make it easy and exciting for you throughout the whole buying process.
With our sales and service team, our Bullock Auto Group app, our free pickup and delivery, our lifetime powertrain warranty, and our free lifetime oil change, you'll be glad you chose us because we love our customers like friends and family. From my generation
to my generation, we strive to amaze you.
Come see us at Bullock Toyota in downtown Louisville.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Live at 5. I'm joined now by Lauren Pratt with Highland Baptist Church. Also joined by a very large Santa Claus, but that's one of the many things you can get at their Christmas in the Highlands,
Yes.
which is coming up this weekend.
This Saturday, Christmas in the Highlands. This is the 16th year that Highland has done Christmas in the Highlands. It's this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and our church is located on 3400 27th Street.
And so you got things like this?
Things like this, and I've got several other things on the table that'll be sold definitely. But Christmas in the Highlands is a holiday market. Like I said, we've been doing it for 16 years. And this year we have over 65 vendors selling items such as homemade cakes, homemade chocolate-covered apples, pottery, ribbons, children's clothing, ladies' clothing, candles, jewelry. I mean, Santa door ornaments, things like that. So it's definitely a variety of items that people will be selling all day Saturday.
A way you can get Christmas gifts you can't find at Walmart or you can't find at the mall.
Definitely,
right?
like, you know, handmade, homemade, and you're not just, you know, getting that one Christmas present checked off your list. You're also helping someone who might do this for a living or who might do this as a hobby or, you know, whatever. So it's a win-win both ways.
Talk about why you do this.
It's one of those things where Highland started doing it 16 years ago just to do it and tried, and it's grown so big that we used to just have it in one room in our Family Life Center, and now the demand has gotten so big that we have to overflow into our fellowship hall. So it's 2 full rooms, and we've even had to cut people off, and I know there's a waiting list as of right now, but it's just a fun event that we do, and that has just grown. And
all right. Well, again, it's this coming Saturday from 9 to 4. If you want more information, we have their phone number right there on your screen. You can give her a call. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Wade.
All right,
Appreciate
we'll
it.
be right back.
Dedication to our jobs at Meridian Regional Airport.
It's wonderful for myself, my family, and the community to fly out of here. It's the opportunity of bringing a new carrier that's reliable here. When you get off the plane, you could be in your car within a few minutes. If you have luggage, we stress how fast you could get off the plane and on the highway, and no other airport offers that.
This is the best airport, bar none.
Meridian Regional Airport. Fly Meridian, fly home.
One, two, three, four.
Now, News Center 11 Sports with Sports Director Lindsey Hall.
Welcome back in, everyone. Following its 31-13 victory last Thursday at Missouri and a chaotic Saturday in college football, Mississippi State climbed to number 20 in this week's Associated Press Top 25 poll. Not only that, the Bulldogs are actually back in the SEC West Division race and can shake things up a lot if they can defeat Alabama this weekend in Starkville. MSU is now 7-2 overall with a 3-2 mark in the West and arguably playing some of the best ball of anyone in the league. Since stumbling at A&M last month, the Dogs have steamrolled 4 straight opponents. And there's a new leader in the SEC West as Alabama dominated LSU Saturday night in Tuscaloosa, taking a 30-16 victory over the previously second-ranked and undefeated Tigers. Tide defense completely shutting down Heisman frontrunner Leonard Fournette, limiting him to 31 yards on 22 carries. On the flip side, Bama tailback Derrick Henry climbed into the Heisman race with a career-best 210 yards on the ground while scoring a pair of touchdowns. Tide can win the West, but will have to do it on the road with games remaining at Starkville and at Auburn.
I always get a really good feel in a game when they run that first, zone extra. You don't know what that is, they don't get anything. The nose flat heads the center, and 5 technique knocks the guy back, and the linebacker fills.